Okay, here we go.
All right.
Yep, here we go.
Playing the. Here we go.
Okay, yep, we are live. Let me hit my mute here. Okay. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Scream Stream. First off, we were actually going to do a commentary today for Fright Night, but we ended up having to back out because of technical difficulties, but that's definitely coming. So maybe next Tuesday we'll be doing that. But today we're going to be doing Final Girl talk. We're going to talk about... Okay, so we should be back up here in just a sec, Zach.
Okay.
OBS.
I'm fielding the chat.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, we're back up. It's oh yeah, here we go. We're going.
Getting ad every time. Okay.
Atiya Khan says, why do the live stream issues always happen to Lee? I don't know. It's weird. I think it's maybe my computer. Although I have a good computer, but oh well. Last time it was pretty good. We'll see. We'll see how it goes this time. But anyway, Zach, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Just been working on my channel a good bit. Just had myself some soup before I got on the chat.
Nice.
Got in the live stream.
That's always fun.
Got my list ready.
Awesome. How's everybody else doing in the chat? I hope you guys are doing fine and dandy. But yeah, we're gonna kick it off with some Final Girl talk, I guess. Zach, first off, what do you think makes a good Final Girl?
Well, it's kind of hard for me. I grew up with Friday the 13th series, so a strong will. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The will to survive after you get, see all your friends die, which really sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But, that Final Girl thing comes with sometimes being a strong actress, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to have a good actress.
I mean, if you're not a strong actress, it's not going to come out the way that they want it to be. Biggest example would be Friday the 13th Part 5.
Oh, yes. Exactly. Melanie Kinnaman, or I think that's her name?
Terrible Final Girl. I just couldn't stand the character. And if I can't stand the lead actress in a horror movie, I'm not along for the ride, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I heard behind the scenes, like, she was kind of a prima donna, and she was always making these demands and wasn't getting along with anybody on the set. She was basically the Sharon Stone of the horror genre, and she was pretty new too, so she really wasn't entitled, I guess, to all those rights that Demi Moore eventually had.
Yeah, like she was demanding being picked up and dropped off by a limo to the studio every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's funny how sometimes the actions behind the scenes, they show pretty brightly in front of the on the screen. So, and I think that was the case for that. But me, I think a good Final Girl, you have to have it's like you have to have a perfect storm of things. You got to have a few different characteristics. First, you got to be attractive, I guess. You don't have to be attractive, but it does help. And then you got to be you got to have that girl power thing, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be willing to stand up. And also you got to be a leader, I think, Like usually Final Girls, not always, but sometimes they're kind of the leader of the pack. Like Friday the 13th Part 2. That's a good example. Ginny was kind of the leader of the pack, and that's probably a good reason why she ended up, lasting at the end.
Friday the 13th Part 4.
Yeah. Trish. She was a leader. She took care of Tommy Jarvis. Friday's got a lot of great Final Girls, actually. At least in those first, 4 movies.
Yeah, the first 4 are the best in this series. The smallest, my least favorite of the first 4 is probably the first one. And that's just because I can't really see a whole lot. It's a really dark movie.
What, the first Friday?
Yeah, the first Friday.
Yeah. Alice was a good final girl, though.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the movie in general.
Oh, yeah,
it's pretty dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that iconic scene when you finally figure out who the killer is at the very end is just... It's a perfect storm, like you said.
Yeah.
And guess what? It takes place during a rainstorm.
Yeah, it does. But, you know, you never hear, and I don't want to sidetrack too much, but you never hear people say that the first Friday movie is their favorite. You know, I'm sure you hear it sometimes, but it's rare. Usually you hear either 2 or 4 or 6 being the favorite. But
yeah, it's usually 2, 4, 6. Sometimes people say Jason X or Part 7.
Yeah.
Part 7 is actually a very good one, too. I'm a big fan of Jason X.
Oh, me too.
Love Jason X.
I actually like the final girl in Jason X.
Even though there's a few scenes and there's just a few things that just don't make sense to me there. Where, like, why does the girl have to be from the past?
Because why is it in space?
she really doesn't make any impact on the story. So why does she have to be from the past?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, why do they have this character here where she could easily just be part of the space group that went back to get the body or whatever?
Yeah. Well, you know, I kind of get where they were going. You know, she was part of the that whole Jason research team at the beginning, and then she just happened to get locked in the chamber with Jason and frozen. Mm-hmm. And, you know, so that was kind of cool to have not only Jason but also an unknown female, you know, being found by the rescue. It's kind of like in Aliens when they find Ripley and all them. So Jason X is like the cheesiest version of a sci-fi movie it's a B movie, really. I mean, just straight up B movie. But I'm getting too sidetracked.
One day I'm going to watch Jason X and then Leprechaun 4.
There you go. I've never seen any of the Leprechauns.
Oh, you need to jump on the Leprechaun train.
I know. I haven't seen Pumpkinhead. I haven't seen Phantasm. There's all these franchises I still haven't even jumped into yet.
Oh, do we have a CP, Lee?
Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I think we do. Okay. Stand by.
I think we have a CP. Hold up, guys.
Hold up. Let's see. I think let me try to call him.
I'm still here. I'm fielding the chat here, guys. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know.
Video call. Let me try to call him. It says busy, so maybe he's trying to call us.
Probably. You guys, I think Lee is the tech savvy one. Just heard of the director of Part 7 has all the uncut footage, but apparently Paramount won't pay to. Well, that sucks. Did you see what Entertainment Wizard said?
What did he say?
Apparently, the director of Part 4 has all the uncut footage, and Paramount won't pay to restore it properly or edit an uncut director's version of the film. Part 7 of Friday the 13th.
I heard all the Part 7 footage was pretty much lost. But we're not gonna have CP. So let me fix your window there, Zach.
Okay. So I believe we have CP in the chat. So CP, climb in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. So I think let me check OBS, and I think we're back. Okay, yeah, we're back on track. All right, so the windows should pop up normal in a sec. But yeah, CP is in the chat, so feel free to talk to him while you're listening to us. But yeah, so anyway, we're gonna keep going. Ooh, Sandra Webster just brought up The Burning, and I believe Leela said she had never seen that. Leela, if you've never seen The Burning, definitely check it out. That's a good camp slasher. Have you
I
seen
don't
that
know
one,
if
Zach?
it's better than all the Friday the 13th, though.
It's better than a lot of them, though.
I don't know if The Burning's better than Friday the 13th Part 4.
No, it's definitely not better than Part 4. But I'm not a big fan of Cropsey.
I'm a big fan of the Tom Savini burn effects, though.
Oh, that's the star of the movie. Yeah, Tom Savini. He just we could have a whole discussion about Tom Savini. That guy's a legend. You want to start talking about our favorite final girls?
I think you should go first.
You want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. I'll give my number 3. Hold on. See if I can remember my number 3.
Oh, I do.
You remember my number 3?
No, I'm having a battle with CP in the chat.
Oh, you are? Okay. Let me think. Hold on. Okay, so I know that one. I know that one.
Did you not write these down, sir?
Yeah, I wrote them in the I wrote them in the Facebook messages.
I put them in my notes, and I also have the movies that they were in next to them in quotations.
All right.
Let
me go.
I'm ready.
Let me go look at my Facebook thing here then for a sec and see what I put for the chat. Okay, I got it right here. All right. Oh yeah. Okay, my number 3 is going to be Laurie Strode. And yeah,
number 3. I think we're gonna have a heart attack here.
I know, right?
Number 3.
Yeah, because my number, I think there's better final girls out there. Even though Halloween is my favorite movie and franchise and all that, but I think there are some like Laurie. She's not like full on badass. She's pretty much just a victim in the first movie, and she has to overcome and to save herself. So, there are moments like where she throws the knife down and people are screaming at the screen like, why did you drop that knife like 2 times? So I think that's one reason why I can't put her as number 1. But she does redeem herself, especially in in H2O. Like H2O, she is just full on badass by the end of it.
Oh, and, yeah, that's probably one of my favorite Halloween movies.
Yeah. I mean, that's another side discussion right there. But yeah. I think in H2O she really proved herself worthy of probably a number 1 spot. But unfortunately, my number 1, you might even be able to guess this, but my number 1, I'm not going to tell you yet. But Zach, tell me why you think Laurie Strode is a good final girl, and then we'll go to your number 3.
Well, she's just become the quintessential final girl. Good, wholesome, virgin. That's where most of the stereotypes come from. The first John Carpenter's Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
But can't put her up there for me because I've only seen the movie a couple times, and after I saw Rob Zombie's Halloween in the remake. But I can't even put Michael up there as one of my favorite killers either. Because he missed her, Lee. He missed her. How do you miss her?
How do you miss her? They weren't ready for the credits yet.
He's killed how many people, and he missed her.
He was too excited.
I can't accept that. I can't accept it.
That's why she's not number 1.
She stabbed him in the arm with a crochet point, and he's just gonna get back up. I would have stabbed him a couple more times. I'm sorry. Too many Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah. CP posted his number 3, so let's go ahead and talk about that.
That's what I was going to say too, CP. If you were here, I would have said it to you. His number 3 is Jesse from Nightcrawler on the Street Part 2.
Yes.
Kill for me, Jesse.
Kill for me. You've got the body, and I've got the brain. Jesse is such an interesting character because he's not played off to be, a homosexual in the movie. He's supposed to be like a straight male. But the guy who wrote the script was clearly a homosexual.
Essentially, his girlfriend plays his boyfriend in the movie. The roles are reversed.
Yes. She's the male. He's the female.
Like he essentially plays a female character, and she plays the boyfriend character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I really like part 2.
I love part 2. It gets.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it gets a lot of hate, but I have a great time with part 2, and I think Jessie is an interesting choice for a a final girl. But
I'm fielding the chat right now. Let's not talk about Sydney because she is on my list.
Yeah. Calm down, Green Arrow. Calm down. We're getting there.
We're still on number 3s right now.
Yeah, still on number 3s. So, any final thoughts on Jessie for you?
Final thoughts on Jessie. Well, he is a very good final girl. That's what I'll say.
You know what? If you watch the documentary on Never Sleep Again, the part 2 with interviews with Mark Patton, that's definitely the most interesting part of the documentary, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what went on behind the scenes with that movie, so interesting. So I guess we'll go to my number 2. Did we do?
How about my number 3?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we didn't do your number 3, did we? Okay.
No, we didn't.
Go ahead. Give me your number 3.
So, my number 3 is Jennifer Love Hewitt from I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Good pick. That's a good pick. Yeah. Tell me, why is she good?
Because she is like what I said about Lori. She's one of those good girls that's just gotta have a lot of bad shit happen to her over the state of a summer. Yeah. It's really bad, but she plays really well off the other characters in the movie because most of the other characters in the movie aren't the best people.
No, they're not.
Barry's not a good person. Barry's not a good person. Her best friend is hardly there for her. She's not there for a very long time until they come back. So she really has to do a lot of this on her own.
Yeah, yeah. And she's got to solve a mystery along the way.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really loved about I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's the big whodunit aspect. Yeah. But then she really does a lot of it without even Freddie Prinze Jr. He doesn't come in it until pretty much the third act as a character. And then she even suspects him. So there's a lot riding on her shoulders. And apparently her front from what CP said.
Yeah. Below her shoulders.
Yes, below her shoulders.
One thing I remember about her is she seems like she's about to have a panic attack throughout the whole movie.
Yes, yes.
Like more than most final girls. Like, you know, there's final girls that are really put together and almost stoic, and they're just they're there to handle business, which we're definitely going to get into some of that. And then there's Jennifer Love Hewitt, who is about to lose her shit throughout the whole movie. Like, what the hell's going on? She's a physical.
What do you want from me?
Yeah. The arms flailing out and everything. And what do you want from me? And so, she definitely fills that gap. But
I definitely love the parody that they did with Anna Faris in Scary Movie, where she gets hit by the car at the end.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, they combine it with Final Destination.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, good pick though.
Yeah. I even love her in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, even though it has a lot of problems.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're ready to go to my number 2.
Yep.
Do you see anybody in the chat that that might not be in our lists?
I'm seeing that the blue corner's on your case. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Is it well put together, Lee?
Touche, Dennis.
Good one, Dennis.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and do my number 2 then. All right?
So I am ready for your number 2.
Number 2. You guys ready for this? Get ready to be surprised. Sharni Vinson from You're Next.
That's one I haven't seen, so you have to explain it to me.
Wow, you haven't seen You're Next? Everybody in the chat, I need you to set Zach straight right now, okay? Let him know how awesome Sharni Vinson is. But let me just set it up for you then, Zach, since you haven't seen it. You're Next is really a home invasion movie. To me, one of the best.
That much I knew.
It's almost as good as The Strangers. But what makes it so great it's like this big dinner party. This whole family's getting together. But what makes it so great is, these three killers, they attack the house, and the only one that knows what the hell she's doing is Sharni Vincent. She is basically Rambo, the female Rambo. And as soon as the shit hits the fan, she just goes right into, survival mode. She knows exactly what to do. She's setting things up. She's like, you get over here, you go over here, get under the table. I mean, she's got everything lined up. And then she starts setting up her own booby traps throughout the movie. So that's what makes it so fun. But right away, I was like, wow, she is like top Final Girl material. Like, realistically, she would probably kick every Final Girl's ass if they got in a fight. That's how tough she is.
Probably.
But, yeah.
I don't know. Didn't that one girl from Nightmare on Elm Street know karate?
Everybody in Nightmare on Elm Street knows karate, don't they?
I'm pretty sure that Monica Keena did not know karate in Freddy vs. Jason.
You're right. But Lisa Wilcox
knew how to run.
Knows karate.
Okay. So, guys, I'm going to have to see You're Next.
Yeah, man, I can't believe you've never seen You're Next. That's crazy. All right. You want to do CP's number 2
is George Lutz from Amityville Horror 2005. Ryan Reynolds is a great choice for Final Girl.
I'm liking CP's choices.
I like it how they're all guys, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what his number 1 is.
Yeah, me too. Number 1's going to be like Bruce Jenner. I'm a Final Girl.
Chopping wood, boys. Chopping wood.
Chopping wood.
Right,
that's a good remake. That's one of the few remakes I like better than the original.
I've seen the remakes so many times. I'm itching to review.
It's got Chloe Grace Moretz. She's like a wee little toddler in it. Very
little girl in that movie.
But man, Ryan Reynolds, he really he gave it his all in that role. Like this is like a different side of him that you don't like. He wasn't playing funny at all. He was.
Well, it's a little funny at the beginning before they get to the.
But once he starts turning, to the dark side, then he gets kind of scary.
I love the one scene where the boy says, "I don't want a babysitter. I don't want a babysitter." Babysitter shows up, and he's completely speechless. Ryan Reynolds gets down next to his shoulder, and he goes, "Are you sure you didn't want a babysitter?"
Yeah.
Really funny line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we're making this positive, CP. Positive.
Yeah. Oh, somebody mentioned I Spit on Your Grave. That's a really good one. Have you seen I Spit on Your Grave?
I've seen the remake. I haven't seen the original.
I've seen both. I love
the remake.
The remake's good. I would say the remake is the better movie. The original is the more shocking. The original is, I saw it when I was really young, and it's probably one of the most shocking movies, or one of the earliest shocking movies that I saw as a kid. And it's a tough watch.
Didn't that one and Last House on the Left come out around the same time?
No, Last House on the Left came out, I think, about 5 or 6 years before, in the early 70s. Whereas I Spit on Your Grave, I think, came out in the late 70s, early 80s. I think it came out right after like Halloween and all those.
Okay.
But I Spit on Your Grave is a good one because this is one girl and she is, brutally raped, and then she, to be able to, you could get up and not do anything about that and go on with the rest of your life, because they're not like coming back for her to kill her. But she makes a choice. She says, I'm not going to stand for this. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to go and I'm going to get revenge. And I'm going to kill every one of these guys. So that makes her a great pick, actually. So I'm glad I don't know who mentioned that in the chat, but great pick. Really good pick.
Well, you just finished up your number 2, I believe, before we got into that side conversation.
Yep.
Will Smith was talking about Jamie from Halloween. But that's really, really nice that you said that, because my number 2 is Danielle Harris from Hatchet 2 and 3.
I can't believe you didn't have her from Halloween. Man.
Not the biggest Halloween fan, remember?
There you go. It's your choice.
Well, I love Danielle Harris in the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, but she's not the final girl in those.
No, she's not. No,
so
she's not.
I can't pick her for that, but I can pick her for Adam Green's Hatchet 2. You guys, I love the Hatchet series. I reviewed all 3 on my channel, Cheap Pop, Sack vs. Blue Red Mountain on YouTube. I like the fact that she was able to pick up from the original actress that did the first one and put kind of the same spin, but a little bit more onto the character. The second one is a lot more emotional than the first one. There's more to the story.
Yeah.
And she really does a really good job picking up. There's a lot of Danielle Harris in the chat right now.
Yeah. No, I'm a massive Danielle Harris fan, and I'll go ahead and mention her in. Halloween 4 and 5. She's a little girl, and she has to take on.
She's a great child actress.
Yeah, she has to take on one of the, scariest slasher icons ever, and she holds her own. She does a great job. With the help of Rachel, of course, in the first one or in the fourth one, but. And then also, I'll give you another one for Danielle Harris. See No Evil 2. She was awesome in that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not only did See No Evil 2 have Danielle Harris, it also had Catherine Isabel.
Yes. She was not a final girl.
I mean, you can't. I can't even right now with that movie. I'm gonna have to go watch it after we get done here.
See No Evil 2?
Yes, definitely. It's on my own demand, so I should definitely check it out. Yes, we're getting a lot of those kind of comments in the live chat right now.
I got another one from the chat if you want to talk about, or unless you have one. High Tension.
High Tension.
Have you seen High Tension?
Yeah. But does she really qualify as a final girl?
That's the thing worth talking about. Are we? I don't know if we want to go into spoiler territory. I'll tell you what, we're going to go into spoiler territory. So for the next minute, if you haven't seen High Tension, go boil an egg or something, and then come back and watch us. Okay?
It's going to take you half an hour.
Yeah. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So in High Tension, the final girl is the killer. Right? Which I think is completely interesting and a big reason why I love that movie. One of the big reasons why I love that movie. And it's controversial. I like movies that are controversial, and some people don't like High Tension because of the ending. I'm sure there's people in the chat that don't like High Tension because of the ending, but I dug it. I thought it was really cool. And so is she the final girl, or is the other girl the final girl? That's the question. I don't know. What are your thoughts on High Tension?
That's the question. I loved the blue corners here. Sherry Moon Zombie in any zombie movie.
She's always going to be the final girl. Yeah.
Gasp. Oh yes, I totally agree with Mike Johnston. I thought that Scott Taylor Compton was amazing in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yes.
She was better in part 2.
Oh yeah, she
was great.
I went at length in my Halloween 2 Revisited review. She's a big part of what I talked about in that review. Why I wanted to go back and re-review it, because I wanted to focus more on the psychological aspect of it and about what Laurie Strode was going through, and how it's amazing to me that you take a character that in his first movie you hated. Like, I hated her in the first movie. All she did was scream and say, "Somebody help me," through the whole thing. In the second one, she was much more fleshed out. She was dealing with all these demons, and she faced him head on at the end. And yeah, I just talked to somebody in the one of my YouTube comments today. Somebody said, "I hate this movie, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2," and I had to go in there and defend it. But I mean, it's a movie that probably 90% of the population hates. So that's an uphill battle. Yeah, but I love it,
man. Like, I loved it, guys. If you have not seen Lee's review of Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, check it out. Another really, really, really good review of it would be Count Chocula's one. His review of Halloween 2 is fantastic. It really helps you understand the movie. But I will always know Scout Taylor Compton to be the bagel rapist.
Yes, definitely.
She totally raped the bagel. Okay? She raped the bagel.
Director's cut.
And I can see why they cut that part.
Mm-hmm. So,
and CP's number one was Tommy Jarvis from Friday the 13th, Part 6.
I love this. That's awesome. All three of CPs were guys. That's great. Let's talk about Tommy Jarvis, shall we?
Well, this is Part 6, Tommy Jarvis.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, you know what? I got to talk about Corey Feldman, though. You know, Tommy Jarvis, he went through a whole, ordeal there for years and years. He started off this little kid, and he had to go up against Jason. And he took him down, with the help of Trish, of course. But Corey Feldman, I mean, if Corey Feldman wouldn't have been in that movie, it could have been a much different movie. But Corey Feldman was great. He was a great actor at that time. So, yeah. And then Tommy Jarvis, I didn't really care for him in Part 5. I just didn't like the actor that played him.
I don't think anyone cares for him in Part 5.
Yeah.
CP is going off on you right now. You need to be talking about Part 6.
Okay. Part 6 is awesome. What's the guy's name that plays him in Part 6? He was in Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he was a much better version of the character.
Yeah. Fantastic. I liked that he was very different too than he was in Part 5. Like, he was much more put together. He was a little psychotic at the beginning. He still wanted the beginning is kind of CP's going to kill me for saying this, but the beginning was kind of stupid. Like, Jason's dead and buried, and he wants to go dig him up and make sure he's dead again, which is stupid. But I liked him. I liked him throughout the whole movie, though. He was good. He was really good. Tom Matthews. That's it. Assholes. Okay.
Oh, Channel Dawnstar is in the chat, Lee.
What's up, Channel Dawnstar? Sally Hardesty from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, the original. And God rest her soul. She died last year. Was it last year or the year before that?
CP's calling you out, man. Apparently we're done.
I told you he's going to kill me. Megan was good from Part 6. Yes, very good.
Yeah.
I like that chemistry between Megan and Tommy in Part 6.
I just want to thank everybody disliking the video right now. We are at 12 dislikes.
Yes, 12 dislikes.
With
That's
12
awesome.
likes, it's very even right now.
I like that. That's good.
You like that?
I do.
I would like the fact that you like that.
Keep those dislikes coming.
What do you say? Do you think it's time for the number 1 picks?
Yeah. Did you give your number 2?
I did. Danielle Harris was my number 2.
That's right. Okay. All right. So my number one pick is Ginny from Friday the 13th Part 2.
Oh, sweet.
No surprise there. Amy Steele. I mean, she is the quintessential final girl. She has all those elements of a good final girl. She's strong. She's attractive. She's a leader. She just encompasses everything. I love the scene at the end when she becomes Jason's mother to fool him. She was the first one to kind of figure that out. And she really just owned the whole movie from start to finish. She's one of those few that, like most final girls, they start out the movie one way, where she started out the movie as like a strong-willed person, a strong leader. The only other one that I can think was like that was Ripley from Alien. And I apologize if I didn't put Ripley in the list, but Ripley's kind of a given. Because I know that's probably why we got 12 likes, because we didn't have Ripley on the list. But yeah. Good. But yeah, Ripley is like the god of final girls. So that's why I didn't even put her in the list.
Really?
CP keeps yelling at me. What are your thoughts on Jenny, Amy Steele?
I'm fielding a response right now. That's why
Okay. She's also in April Fool's Day.
You can check my comment there real quick.
Okay. CP, you know your number one is Vince Vaughn from Psycho remake. Yeah, there you go.
I don't mind the Psycho remake. I really don't. It is shot for shot, but I don't mind it.
Oh, the Psycho remake? It's just there. You know, it's...
I don't mind... Like, I watch it when I want to watch, like, Psycho in, like, true high definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a shot-for-shot remake, so it's like even... It's pointless. That's the biggest word for it. It's pointless. Makes no sense. But HDJ says Jamie Lee should be number one. I apologize, HDJ. CP, what's CP's number one?
CP number one was...
is Tommy Jarvis?
Tommy Jarvis.
Okay, what's your number one, Zach?
If you want Psycho in color, nah. How did we lose a dislike?
I don't know.
It went from 12 to 11.
That's weird. Maybe they changed their mind. I don't know.
Changed their mind and hit that like button.
Yep.
1998 Psycho equals extra ass shot.
CP's even more entertaining in the comments than he is on the show.
Oh, my God, he is.
He's a ball of fire.
That's what we have when we have the comedian in the...
Yeah, I know, right?
Stream. All right, so my number one. Guys, we mentioned it earlier. I don't jump out of your boots because I didn't talk about it, because I am going to talk about it. It's Sidney Prescott from Scream.
Boom. Yeah.
Boom, people. You just been learned. No, I'm not being like that. It's my favorite series. I love Scream. It's like my favorite horror series ever. Wes Craven's my favorite director. Ghostface is my favorite killer. There's a lot. You see like a thing coming here. Like all of this is my favorite. And the thing that makes Sydney so interesting to me is because she grows throughout the movie. It grows throughout the series.
Oh, yeah.
Holy Jesus, this combined list is atrocious.
I think it's a pretty solid list.
That is a different style of a list.
Well, it is called Final Girls, CP.
Yeah. Not final metrosexual men.
Yeah.
But I love how she grows over the series, and Neve Campbell just pulls it off perfectly. She's so innocent at the beginning, and just has to, really just become an adult over the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And a lot of people they don't like part 3. I'm not a big fan of part 3, but if there's one thing in part 3 that's still great, it's Sydney. Like Sydney, there's nothing bad about Sydney in part 3. It's everything around her that's bad. Will Smith, that's funny. Will Smith just said Sydney from Scream 3 is not good. I disagree. I think Sydney is awesome in Scream 3.
Well, Sydney, she was also filming another movie at the time. And the fact that she wasn't in the movie was why.
Yeah.
She could only film so many scenes. It's not her fault that the writing in the movie is bad.
No, not at all.
The movie was made during that. Scream 2 is one of my favorite sequels. I love Scream 2.
I think it's okay.
Oh.
All right, we're back up.
Wow, get ganged up on here. Agreed, Will Smith.
Yeah, I know. I like Scream 2, but I don't love Scream 2. I think it's okay. It's not a bad sequel. It's got some really cool. I like the third act. Although I didn't. Do I want to go into spoilers again? I don't know if I want to do that. But let's just say that I didn't like one of the killers in the third act.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say that.
Apparently, he needs the floor.
Guys, seriously, I need the floor. Go ahead, CP. Say what you got to say, buddy.
Go ahead, CP. How could you forget about Neve Campbell? That's my whole thing.
I don't know. We're waiting on CP. Let's see what he says. But while we're waiting on CP, what'd you think about Neve Campbell in part 4? Like, didn't she seem kind of tired?
I felt like she was that character that knew what was going to happen. Like, you knew.
Yeah, she wasn't surprised.
Like, there was even some parts in there where I was like, what if Sydney's the killer in part 4?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like that would have been an even bigger twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the way her demeanor in the movie made it possible for that to happen.
Yeah.
I think. I like the end though when she's in the hospital, and she says, "Don't fuck with the original."
Yeah.
That was awesome. Okay, well, I like it. He says Jessica Biel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Trish from Friday the 13th, and Jamie Lee from Halloween. Wow, CP actually said Laurie Strode from Halloween is the number 1.
Wow, CP. I didn't know if that was 3 Beal or Tits Beal. Just thought I'd throw that in there real quick.
Yeah. Jessica Biel was a great one. In the
she
Texas
was
Chainsaw remake.
On my list, man.
Yeah.
She was almost on my list.
She really.
I just need more horror movies from her.
Yeah. And and people in the chat, I know we forgot a lot of these final girls, but there are so many of them. There's so many ones that are underrated. There's so many iconic ones. And we just, we threw this list together in like the last couple hours because we wanted to get a show on for you guys. But but yeah, there's still a lot of good ones. So what do you think, Zach? Do we want to start answering some horror questions?
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
I'm cool with that.
All right, yeah, we got 23 people watching now. So if you guys want to start asking us some horror questions, go ahead and shoot them in the chat, and we'll start discussing.
We're ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
We'll try to hit them all too. We're gonna try to move down the list. Ooh, Alicia Witt from Urban Legend. She was a good one too. That's an underrated one.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the killer overshadows her.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost said the spoiler.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Just to think, Bill and Reynolds have. Oh,
must have looked glorious for both members.
Jesus.
CP, why don't you just go watch Blade Trinity, okay?
Katie Holmes in Disturbing Behavior. That's a good one. So. All right, so Don Star's got a question. You guys should do... Oh, no, he doesn't have a question. You guys should do a show on best female horror screamers. Yeah, okay.
You know what? I have been watching True Blood lately, and freaking Anna Paquin can scream.
Yeah, she can.
I would love to see her in a true horror movie.
You know who can't scream? And they had to like dub over her voice? Was Bianca Kalich from Halloween Resurrection.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well.
Okay, here we go. We got a question.
All right.
If you could make one sequel to any horror movie franchise only once, which franchise would you choose? Ooh, that's a good question. So we could only pick one franchise. Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, so on. Which one do we pick a sequel for? Go ahead, Zach.
I'll let you feel this one.
Okay. Well, I mean, for me, obviously, it's going to be Halloween. I mean, especially after Return script, I'm really curious to see which way they could go. You have any thoughts on that? I mean, your favorite Scream, so you'd probably want to Scream 5, right?
Scream 5 would have to be a perfect storm. Man, we're buffering again. Hold on. No, we're still live.
We're back, okay.
Good. So Scream 5 would have to be... Damn it!
Hold on, let me see.
I think we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, so again, hopefully it won't do this again. Scream 5 would have to be a perfect storm. I mean, it's one of the only horror franchises where all the movies are directed by the same person.
Yes.
It has the same final girl in all of them. The killer only changes with the person under the mask.
Yeah.
So, I like the fact that they did the TV series, and I'm completely okay with that. With them changing the story and things like that. Now, if I could take one series or whatever series and do like a true sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer needs a true sequel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Something better than I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and the third one too. Because I was not a fan of any of the sequels to that franchise.
You didn't like I Still Know What You Did Last Summer?
No, it had good cinematography. That's about it. There was rain in it. I guess that was in Jennifer Love Hewitt was in a bikini, but that's about it. So,
and something I would tweak would be the sequel to Urban Legend. I mean, it's not a bad movie, but it doesn't hold a candle to the first one.
No.
So. But I will say that an underrated movie out there is Urban Legends Bloody Mary. I actually really like that movie.
I only saw the first two Urban Legends. Really liked the first one. Didn't care for the second one.
The second one, it's not that great. But
yeah.
I actually watched the third one on my on demand for like when I had FearNet back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It will always be better than I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. Terrible movie.
Yeah, that's a horrible name for a movie too. Ian Bulaklak's got a question about Blumhouse. They're having a good year this year. They had Get Out. I know they did Hush too, and there was another movie they did this year. Let me look it up real quick.
If we can pause, we can try to get CP in here because he's chopping at the bit.
I could try to call him.
I could take like 5. I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
BRB, people.
Okay, so CP is not coming in. His thing is all dicked. That's what it says. So, Get Out was the one movie. And I know Blumhouse had another movie this year. I'm just trying to think of what it was. But they're also doing they got the Halloween franchise. So, yeah, they're doing pretty well right now. They have a good future ahead of them. So hopefully they keep, picking some good scripts and they keep putting out good films. Yeah, I'm excited though. All right. Any more questions? Yeah, Split. That's what it was. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, they did Split. Split was excellent too. James McAvoy did a fantastic job. It really brought back M. Night Shyamalan's career. So yeah. And they have the Belko Experiment next. I haven't seen the trailer for that, but I hear it looks really interesting. Yes, Bye Bye Man was a Blum movie, and I heard that one was pretty horrible. So I guess some hit, some miss. Thanks, Cody. Have you seen the Bye Bye Man yet, Zach?
The what? The Bye Bye Man? Oh, no.
You're staying away from that, aren't you?
Yeah, I have not seen that yet.
Yeah.
Any luck on getting CP back in?
No, he said his thing's messed up. He can't come in.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah. Mike Johnson says, do you think they're going to follow just the mythology of Halloween 1 and 2 in the upcoming movie for 2018 and reference some of the other movies or make it completely new after Halloween 2? That's a good question, Mike. I don't know which way they're going to go.
Well, I still remember Danny McBride saying that it's definitely not going to be a remake.
Yes. It's going to pick up after Halloween 2. Or he didn't say pick up after, but he said it's those two are going to be canon.
Area.
Yeah, somewhere in that area. So they could pull Halloween Returns again and make it after the first one, which I didn't mind.
I
after
wouldn't
reading
be
that
surprised
script.
if they pulled some elements from that script. I got worms.
That's what we're going to call it.
Jason H is in the chat, Lee.
Sup, fellas? What's up, Jason? How you doing, man? Nice to see you.
Loyal guys, always in our chats.
Yeah, 14 dislikes. The weather is about 70 degrees right now.
And we're good with those 14 dislikes.
We're good
Bring
with those
them
14.
on,
Bring
man.
them on. Bring on those
video.
dislikes. We like them. Yeah. I think the dislikes are probably because of the buffering. But yeah, I do apologize for that, guys. I'm still trying to work the kinks out. I'm new to OBS. I'm lucky I got it going, to be honest. No comment.
Sometimes he needs my help.
Yeah. Yeah. Green Arrows says Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Wars is my favorite nightmare movie. Yeah, that's a great nightmare movie. It's my number 2.
That's awesome. We have a whole episode about it.
We sure
do.
Our
last episode.
We sure do. Got our Drum Dums watches about it. Tons of stuff. Do you think Hostel will make a comeback? HDJ. I'm not sure. That's a good question, actually. I liked the first one, but I'm just not a big fan of torture porn. So
I would only welcome it back if Eli Roth was doing it again, because part 3 is terrible. It's really bad.
Yeah.
So, do you think Hellraiser will be remade soon? That is one thing that they've been trying to get remade for the past 5-6 years.
I'd say at least 5 years. And Heather Langenkamp is supposed to be in it.
They have a movie coming out this year. Hellraiser. I forget what it's called. There's another one.
And we're buffering. Yeah, I'd definitely take a new Hellraiser, though.
I'm pretty sure Hellraiser hasn't been remade. I'm going to have to look this up.
Yeah. Definitely worth looking up. And
because
Ian had a question in there, too.
Hellraiser has been remade.
I'm going to go back to Ian's question. He says, what are your thoughts on if I want to stay out of the doghouse? So,
you're right.
Yeah. Okay, we're coming back.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we're back. Sort of.
We're back. We've hit 17 watching. That's a good thing.
Yeah. But we were talking about Ian's question. It comes at night. One thing I love about Ian is he can recommend a lot of indie type horror films. And one of them that I really liked was A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. I watched that one recently. Really good. Darling is also another really, but there's a lot of great horror films out there that nobody's even heard of. Starry Eyes is another one. That one's on Netflix right now. So I would say to you guys watching this, definitely do your research and look around on Netflix, look around on Google. There's tons of great horror out there. Just people don't know about it. Everybody depends on the big slasher icons, but there's so much more to that. Also, Asian horror. There's so much great horror in other countries. So
definitely. Like if you go to Japanese horror, there's 12 Ring movies.
Yeah.
That haven't been remade. That are just as good.
Yeah. Will Smith says, "Do you like non-horror reviews and killer flicks?" Haha. Sure, why not? On Free for All Fridays. I don't mind them at all. Mike Johnson says, "Did you guys read the script by the way from Friday the 13th that was supposed to come out in 2015?" That's the one by Nick Antosca. Did you read it?
I did.
I'm about halfway through it right now. I haven't. It's not grabbing me like the Halloween one did.
The characters, Lee. The characters. They're so good.
Really? I might have to.
I could visualize everything.
Yeah.
If they would have got a top-notch cinematographer or DP from that movie, it would have killed. It would have been amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna finish it and see. But one thing I do like about it is they don't show they still haven't revealed Jason halfway through it. They say the large figure. They don't let you know that it's actually Jason. At least as far as
I love that. It's like a callback to the original.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it actually has me thinking, oh, wait, could this be a whodunit? And it might not be Jason. Don't tell me, Zach. But, yeah, that's what I do like about it. So I'm looking forward to finishing it. No Michael Myers.
No Mike Myers.
All right, we got a question from Cody Leach. He says, with all the effort being put into a new Halloween and Friday the 13th the past few years, why do you think Freddy is being left on the shelf for now? The remake made a lot of money. It's like, I think. Do you want to field this one first, Zach?
Yeah, I'll take it. I feel like Nightmare hasn't been touched because the remake is so universally hated that they don't know what to do with it. Like, yeah, I've heard that they want to do a remake of Dream Warriors rather than do another remake to I Know What You Did, or not I Know What You Did, but to A Nightmare on Elm Street. I've also heard that they wanted to do a sequel to the remake.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is it's confusion. They don't know where to go. They don't know if I think they would probably welcome Robert Englund back, and I think they might be waiting for that. It could be so many different reasons. A lot of people did not like the remake. I actually didn't mind it, and I wouldn't mind a sequel to the remake. I think you could continue that story, and it could be a good movie. I think Jackie Earle Haley could be a decent Freddy 2.0.
Yeah.
But I think it's cold feet. That's what I think it is. Good question though, Cody.
Yeah, it's definitely we got a lot of movies that are sitting on the shelf. Like, we have a completely finished Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that has not been released. So,
yeah.
Which, by the way, guys, put out the hashtag release Leatherface. Like, we want to see this movie.
Definitely.
Oh, Will Smith likes Katie Cassidy in the Nightmare remake. So do I.
Yeah, I thought she was great in the Nightmare remake. I didn't even mind Rooney Mara, even though she shit all over the movie. But yeah,
I loved one of the things that I really liked Katie Cassidy in was Supernatural. She played Ruby.
Yeah.
She was a good character on there, but I really feel like
definitely.
she's been in 3 remakes.
Yeah.
So
Katie Cassidy likes the remakes. Green Arrow's got a question. He says, "Why can't we see another crossover with Freddy, Jason, and Michael? That would be so awesome." Well, I mean, you could do it with Freddy and Jason because they're, I think they're under the same studios right now, right? CP, am I wrong on that one? Because I know Warner got the rights to make future movies for Friday, so you could do that sequel, but there's probably still a lot of red tape to go through to get a sequel to Freddy vs. Jason, given how hard it was for the first one to come out. But yeah, to mix somebody else in that, like Michael Myers, or even Ash or anybody like that, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough. So they're probably just gonna stick with 2 of those characters together. I'm surprised they haven't entertained Michael versus Pinhead. That's something that's been talked about for like the last 10 years. Doug Bradley has even went on record and said that he would do it. They were serious about it, but they got cold feet before Freddy vs. Jason came out. Funny enough. So yeah.
Yeah, CP's fielding that question pretty well.
Yeah, he is.
Friday's still out, and Nightmare on Elm Street is Warner, and Halloween is Blumhouse. So we're not going to be seeing that anytime soon.
Not going to happen. Yeah. Okay, what other questions we got?
We're buffering again.
Yeah, I know. I'm avoiding Google Hangouts at all costs, but there's a price we have to pay for it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Remember last time we weren't buffering that much at all. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, we're back. So, and we're buffering again.
We should call it buffer stream.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're still making a Pumpkinhead remake? I had no idea that was still coming. Apparently it's being done by special effects heads. So.
I don't know. I can't see the chat. Let me refresh this real quick.
I'm fielding the chat right now.
Okay. Buffering is bad.
Pumpkinhead remake. I'm completely down for that, though, because that series kind of went downhill.
15 dislikes. Cool.
Oh, that would be great, though. That would be really cool. ACJ said hopefully Lance Henriksen is in the remake of Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, because he was in the original, wasn't he?
Yeah. But you can't really top the original. And the sequels never top the original. I love it. Plus, you had the special effects are just great.
Yeah.
The original Pumpkinhead's look.
Yeah, Alien Covenant looks amazing. That's my number one for the year. Can't wait. Are you looking forward to Alien Covenant, Zach?
I'm looking forward to it simply because it has Danny McBride and James Franco. They're both in this super serious movie. Like, I'm completely down for that.
Could they completely ruin the movie?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
Because did you look at the size of the cast?
It's a big cast.
I guarantee you 90% of them will die.
Yeah.
Now,
you've seen the trailer, right?
I have seen the trailer.
You know about the shower scene that was in the first trailer. Is that Danny McBride that's in the shower?
I'm not sure who that character is. I can't really tell.
Okay.
CP says my money is on Franco not making it to Act 2. He'll get too high and not make it to the ship in time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait though. I mean, we have it's like a full, like Prometheus wasn't an alien movie really. It was more of the engineers and the science of it all, whereas now we have an alien movie coming out. And I loved Prometheus, but now I'm ready for a brand new alien movie. I mean, if you don't count Prometheus, this is the first real alien movie we've had. God, I mean...
Yeah. In how long?
Yeah. I mean, since a Predator was in it, I guess, but those don't count.
No, I mean, Alien 3 is still an alien movie, so...
Yeah, Alien Resurrection is an alien movie. So that's 1997, so 20 years later, we're getting a new alien movie, pretty much.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, CP said not McBride in the shower.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Not McBride in the shower. All right. CP says you count Prometheus Alien. Okay.
Okay. What do we got going on here?
D. Bill says Ken Foree, Chop Top, Stretch, Tex, and Sheriff Hoyt new Chainsaw movie would be better than the Leatherface movie that's done. I'm not sure what point he's making there. I know those characters are from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is fantastic. And that probably is better than what's the new movie that's going to be done. But I'll still watch the new movie. I mean,
Ken Foree's from Part 3.
Yeah, that's right. He is from Part 3. Did you see Part 3? What'd you think of it?
I really liked Maury McKelloff as Leatherface because he's a huge dude.
Yeah.
And cut a really, really impressive figure. Buffering again.
Really? I'm not buffering.
Huge vampire fan.
I wasn't a big fan of the third one. I thought it was okay. But it was definitely better than 4. I'll give it that. 4 is just a freaking train wreck. And video was interrupted. Okay, let me
What? Apples, Crimson, Freddy, stickers, and bun cake.
We're back up again. Okay, never mind.
I'm reading CP's comment.
Stickers and butt cake.
Wow. I'm completely okay with that. Sorry, Siri didn't understand me. Well, Wheel, I really can't answer your question because I haven't seen any of the horror movies that came out this year so far.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen Split, Get Out. I mean, if you count Resident Evil as a horror movie, then yeah, that's the worst so far. I think Zach would agree with me on that too.
Yeah, Resident Evil's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. By far, probably Bye Bye Man has been the worst thing released this year. I don't know about anything else that's been released because I'm sure there's been other things that came out under the radar that we don't know about. Don't. I will defend Underworld. even though I hate that. There's so much untapped potential
Yeah.
in the new movie.
I like the new Underworld. I thought it was good.
The script is all over the place.
I mean, if you're an Underworld fan, I think you'll like it. You know, it's not like it's not going to draw new fans or anything. But if you're a fan of the lore, I liked it. I did. I liked it. It wasn't even my least favorite Underworld. It was better than the last one.
Oh, dude, Lee, you're gonna have to read Dennis's comment here.
Okay.
I can't agree with this.
Haven't seen Resident Evil 6 yet, but it can't be worse than Underworld Blood Wars. I can't agree. I don't agree with that at all, Dennis. I actually,
dude,
it's 10 times better than Blood Wars.
It's 10 times worse. It's bad.
10 times worse than Blood Wars. Yeah.
Underworld Blood Wars looks like Underworld Evolution compared to Resident Evil 6. It's that bad. Resident Evil 6 is... it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in theaters. Yeah, it really is.
And it doesn't sit well either. Like, it just gets worse the more you think about it. Because I gave it a decent rating. Like, I think I gave it a Humdrum or something like that. Or I might have gave it a 2 Hours Lost. I don't know. But it's not one that I'm, like, dying to see again. But yeah, Dennis and CP are not fans, I guess. But I was into it. I was into it. Yeah.
The whole thing is the script issues. Like, I rewrote the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, focusing on different things. It came out so much better when they went in one direction.
Cody Leach says we should do a commentary on Bye Bye Man. You'll have a new appreciation for Resident Evil 6. Yeah, Bye Bye Man got a lot of scathing reviews.
Can I at least concentrate on what's going on in Bye Bye Man? Because I had to look away from the screen throughout the entire movie when I went and saw that movie in theaters.
You did?
I could not concentrate on Resident Evil 6.
Oh, yeah, it was all over the place.
Head down, Metal Claw.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. You can't pay me to watch that movie again. I won't do it.
Will you buy it to complete the collection?
Hell no.
You will not buy it to complete the collection? Wow.
No.
Wow.
I'm not going to buy that movie again.
Interesting. I'll probably.
I didn't even spend my own money on it to see it.
Very, very interesting.
We're trying, CP. Sorry, we don't have your articulate voice in here helping us out.
We can't all be as great as CP. If they were to make Scream 5, would you love if they brought back Kirby and possibly made her the new Sydney? I liked Kirby. I thought she was a really good character. Hayden Panettiere.
She was a good character for me for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
When she started just like listing off all those remakes, I was down.
Yeah. I thought she was us. She was the big horror fan, So if they did like a Scream spinoff with her as the final girl, I would definitely watch it. What do you think, Zach? You ready to hang it up?
I think we're buffering.
Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and hang it up. As soon as we come back on, we'll just say our goodbyes. I've never had so much buffering.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah. If it even comes back up.
Right.
Oh, yeah, a great review is floating around for Pet Sematary. Yeah, definitely check that out, guys. CP did an awesome job on that. And Friday the 13th Part 4. So, yeah. There's a plug for CP. And check out Cody Leach's channel, too. He's got a lot of great content. A lot of great reviews. Check out Zach's channel. And we're going to go ahead and close this thing down, guys. I do apologize for all the buffering. It sucks when you start talking about something and then you get a buffer again. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to see if I can get that fixed up. But again, I do apologize. Zach, what's your next review gonna be?
My next review is probably going to be Daybreakers.
Nice. That'll be an interesting one. It's always good to review a good vampire movie. So yeah,
I'm always down with a good vampire movie. So
awesome.
Look. Probably not this week, but look forward to seeing that one probably next week.
Cool.
What about you? What do you got coming?
Definitely. Well, I got to do Bride of Chucky, so that one's on my radar. That's the one that's like in my brain right now. So yeah, that's probably my next one. Maybe we'll see. But I just put out a ranking the Friday the 13th series that I had a lot of fun with. So yeah, so I'm thinking about doing the Nightmare series next too. So those are probably my next two. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. And Zach, any parting thoughts?
If you can't see it in the chat, CP is going to be doing Return of the Living Dead for his next Savage Cinema.
Oh yes, that'll be awesome. Really looking forward to that. I love Return of the Living Dead, and I'm sure CP can have a lot of fun with that, especially on the what's the Tits and Hits segment. So yeah.
Yeah. So I missed your next review. What's it going to be again?
Bride of Chucky.
I can't wait, man. That's another Ronnie Yu film.
Yep. And it will not be the Raid movies. And that's a little inside joke. You want me to tell you what the inside joke is?
Sure.
For the past about 15 reviews I've put out, I've got this one commenter. I won't say his name, but he always says, review the Raid movies. Every single video. And I don't know if this happens to you, but when somebody constantly tells me to review something, like, over and over, it makes me not want to watch the movie at all. So,
yep.
It won't be the Raid movies.
TP says tits and clits for that.
Oh God.
Oh.
And I think on that note, we're gonna say our goodbyes.
I'm ready.
So
I'm ready.
Yeah. Anyway,
so
guys,
look forward to Return of the Living Dead from CP, for A Bride of Chucky for Lee, and Daybreakers from me. So
yes, that's it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.